Missing 4-year-old case now classified as murder. Gabungan Rakyat Sabah is now an official coalition, and Thailand celebrates Elephant Day. Those are the headlines for tonight. Hello everyone, you're with me, Douglas Elliott, and this is TVS Nightline. Good evening. We start Nightline tonight with the update to the missing case of 4-year-old boy Eric Chang, as the case is now reclassified as murder. Eric, who was reported missing in Bintao since March 7, has not been found.
Kuching District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Asmon Baja in a statement said 2 suspects will be further remanded to facilitate the murder probe. He added the search effort have been expanded involving Marine Police Region 5 Kuching, Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department and Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency. Eric was reported missing at around 9 a.m. at his caretaker's house in Taman Riverview, Bintao. Further investigation also revealed that Eric's caretaker admitted that she actually knew what happened to him. Eric's parents were detained last Thursday. Initially, 4 suspects aged 24 to 49 years, including Eric's parents, were detained to facilitate investigation. All suspects has had 17 criminal records involving drug abuse, property crimes, and commercial crimes.
The Department of Veterinary Services, TVS Sarawak, will continue adhering to the prevailing standard operating procedures (SOPs) in managing the spread of African swine fever in the state, as the proposed cremation method by Cebu Municipal Council (SMC) may be impractical and costly to implement.
According to the Minister of Modernization of Agriculture and Regional Development, Dr. Stephen Rundi Utam, 764 pigs were culled at the 2 infected farms in Cebu. He added, the SMC abattoir can only resume its operation once complete sanitization, decontamination, and vacating activities of the premises have been done. In addition to leaving the premises empty for 40 days before bringing in new livestock as part of the SOPs. At the same time, Dr. Rundi assured the public that ASF is not zoonotic and thus it does not pose a threat to human health and cannot be transmitted from pigs to humans.
A minor shockwave that sent residents in Kota Samarahan, Siburan and 9 Mile areas in Kuching into a shock this morning was not caused by an earthquake. According to the director of the Malaysian Meteorology Department, or Met Malaysia Sarawak, Haburi Hamdan, the shockwave was most likely caused by quarry works in the surrounding area.
Haburi believed the works in one of the quarries in Kota Samarahan had caused a strong rumble which produced vibrations. The incident had caused the residents within the immediate vicinities to share the concerns on Facebook. Based on the concerns stated by the public, they claimed that they felt the vibration as early as 6:30 a.m. No police report was received regarding the incident, said Kota Samarahan District Police Chief Sudirman Kram. He advised everyone to remain calm and not panic as they continue to investigate and determine the cause of the shock wave.
The proposed redelineation exercise to add parliamentary seats in Sarawak and Sabah must be carried out through a proper legal process. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Parliament and Law, Dato' Sri Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, said the matter must follow the process as contained in Article 113 of the Federal Constitution.
He said according to Article 113 of the Federal Constitution, any review or study on redelineation exercise can only be done once every 8 years. Adding that the last redelineation exercise for Sarawak was in 2015, while Sabah in 2017. Commenting further, Wan Junaidi said after the 8-year period, a committee would then look into the need for a redelineation exercise, which would be chaired by Premier of Sarawak and Sabah Chief Minister. The committee will then submit the applications to the federal government. Once agreed, he said the matter will be implemented according to the process. Earlier on Monday, federal lawmakers from Sabah and Sarawak called in unison for an increase in the number of parliamentary seats of both bordering states and parliament. Meanwhile, commenting on the need to extend the Memorandum of Understanding on Transformation and Political Stability signed by the government and the opposition on September 13 last year, Wan Junaidi said the MOU had benefits that needed to be continued. He added that the MOU, which is effective until July 31st, has succeeded in leading to several amendments and proposed amendments to the federal constitution in the Dewan Rakyat, which have benefited the people, such as the anti-party hopping bill and limiting the term of office of the Prime Minister.
The Jariawara Sahabat Astronomy Program, organized by the Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development (MEITD), aims to attract students interested in studying subjects related to science, technology, engineering and maths or STEM. Dato Sri Lekim Shin, the State Minister of Transport, noted that astronomy is still not well received by the community.
Lee said such a program can increase the students' interest in the field of science. He also encouraged parents to bring their children to the Jariawara program and cultivate such interest to educate them at an early age about astronomy. Additionally, this program could provide an opportunity for the public to learn about astronomy by watching science demonstrations that are rarely held.
Ibu bapa digalakkan membawa anak-anak mereka untuk berkunjung ke Jariawara ini, lebih-lebih lagi mengambil peluang pada musim cuti sekolah ini. Apa yang penting di sini adalah anak-anak kita berpeluang untuk belajar dan mendapat ilmu yang baru, lebih-lebih lagi dalam bidang STEM. Saya mengharapkan lebih banyak lagi aktiviti-aktiviti yang berkaitan dengan sains dan astronomi di masa akan datang lagi bagi menggalakkan lebih ramai pelajar untuk meminati dalam bidang ini.
At the Bintang Mega Mall Miri, the program attracted a total of 6,000 visitors. By 2030, Sarawak targets the involvement of 45% of secondary school students in the field of science.
The usage of digital technology is essential, be it for business purposes, paying bills, connecting with your loved ones, and more. Its usage is so vast that many of us have overlooked its potential that can be impactful to our daily lives. The Borneo Digitech Forum 2022 was held to give more exposure and maximize the usage of digital technology among Sarawakians.
Deputy President of the Sarawak Digital Media E-Platform Association, Muhammad Nazrul Islam Muhammad Noor, said the use of digital technology gained traction when the COVID-19 pandemic struck the world in 2020. During the forum, Nazrul said the advancement in digital technology has led to many career opportunities created online, increasing demands for those who are proficient in managing online media.
Pada hari ini kita akan lebih kepada sharing session dengan 4 orang speaker yang boleh dikatakan hebat. Yang pertama juga terima kasih kepada pihak TVS kerana berkongsi berkaitan media and broadcasting. Kita ada daripada ARX Media berkongsi pasal the future of technologies berkaitan face identification, thumbprint and all, yang mana ianya akan aplikasi yang akan datanglah. Kita ada juga IoT iaitu agriculture dalam digital dan teknologi, dan yang terakhir pada sesi sebelah petang nanti ianya akan ada satu perkongsian iaitu content creator bersama our local Kadok, yang mana beliau akan berkongsi bagaimana peluang ataupun kerjaya yang semakin mendapat minat anak muda iaitu dalam bidang YouTubers atau content creator.
Nazrul hopes such opportunities will not be missed out by members of the public to increase knowledge related to the digital economy. He disclosed that a total of 100 participants from various backgrounds participated in the 2-day program.
The Cebu Municipal Council (SMC) are taking extra measures to ensure that Cebu will reach a smart city status, and this includes the digitization of delivery systems from the council.
The mayor of SMC, Clarence Ting, said SMC will no longer be sending the assessment bill physically to homes starting 2023.
This year, we already launched to say that for rates and assessment payment, okay, we are going to stop sending you physically the slip to pay your rates and assessment. So for those of you who are house owners here, you will know what I mean, that SNC asks you to pay your annual rates and assessment. Now by 2023, that's why we're giving 1 year notice to all the house owners. You have to register yourself online, so that in future we do not have to physically send this thing to your house.
Ting also hopes that more applications or services could be made online. The digitization of transactions are not temporary, he said, rather a glimpse of what the future would look like.
I would like to see more of this online, okay, for applications, forms, just like all of you when you apply for PTA, you know, when you apply for schools, you don't have to go to the school anymore. I would like to see in Cebu Municipal Council that in future you apply for a hawker license, you apply for a coffee shop license, you do not have to come in person. And that is what we are striving for. And these are the things that Council is also moving towards.
Ting spoke during the launching ceremony of the 2-day Borneo Digitech Forum 2022, organized by the Sarawak E-Platform Association held in Cebu.
Remarkable Living returns with a new season. This time, putting the focus on lifestyle visionaries. This season will feature designs and lifestyle mavericks across the globe. With 40 stories in gastronomy, rare craftsmen, unique destination, and an exclusive peek into the lives of society's savvy collectors. Each episode will feature stories taking viewers on a journey across Asia and Europe. Don't miss Remarkable Living Season 2 every Saturday, 7:15 p.m. on TVS Channel 122, Astro and My Freeview.
Ne dur bildik ne durak. Ne bir yaylakta ne bir kışlıkta gün yüzü görmedik.
Kurban oldum Allah'ım.
You're watching TVS Nightline. Barisan National's win in the Johor state election will not affect the relationship among the cabinet ministers, which consist of representatives from different parties. Rather, the differences should instead be a reason to make better decisions and improve the livelihood of Malaysians.
Prime Minister Dato Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob stated that although the first cabinet meeting will only be held next week after Johor's state election, he is optimistic that all members of the Dewan Rakyat will be able to be professional. This has been proven, he said, during Malacca's state election that took place last year. Though they are rivals, such a notion was not brought into the Dewan Rakyat when a meeting takes place. Instead, every decision are made in accordance with the national policy and issues through democracy. Ismail Sabri stated this after launching the Malaysian Family Driving License Aid Program (BLKM) on Sunday, March 13. When asked whether the general elections GE will be held sooner than later, Ismail Sabri said it will only take place when the relevant aspects and parties are ready.
Seperti kita tahu, saya dah sebut beberapa kali dalam ucapan saya sewaktu perjumpaan dengan UMNO di mana-mana tempatnya, iaitu apabila kita sudah bersedia dan pilihan raya boleh diadakan. Tapi perlu bersedialah. Soal bersedia atau tak bersedia itu nanti biar kepimpinan UMNO kita akan bincang sama-sama kita untuk menentukan. Dan banyak lagi perkara lain yang perlu kita tengok.
Apart from that, the Prime Minister would need to have an audience with the Yang di-Pertuan Agong first, whether it is permissible to hold a general election. BN won a whopping total of 40 seats during the Johor state election that took place on Saturday, March 12th.
Health Minister QUARRY Jamaluddin is of the opinion that the public health situation in the country, which has been battered by the COVID-19 pandemic, needs to stabilize first before the 15th general election can be held, noting that even though the country is entering the transition to endemic phase, it does not mean that the pandemic has ended and everyone still needs to be cautious.
Sempadan negara berkurang, saf boleh dirapatkan, hard maximum capacity dimasukkan. Tapi itu tidak bermaksud bahawa kita boleh buat apa sahaja. Dan kita tahu kalau kita ada buat pilihan raya umum, ianya adalah satu aktiviti yang melibatkan orang ramai. Kita baru saja selesai Johor. Saya lebih suka kita tunggu sehingga keadaan kesihatan awam kita stabil.
QUARRY said that the federal government has a memorandum of understanding on transformation and political stability with the opposition parties until July. Thus, there was no urgent need for GE15 to be held early. QUARRY also said that discussions must be held with the Election Commission first to find the best mechanism for allowing COVID-19 patients to vote in the elections.
Ya, itu perkara yang mesti dibincang dengan Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya. Ya? Memang rakyat Malaysia berhak, ada hak di bawah perlembagaan untuk mengundi. Tetapi kita juga masih lagi dalam pandemik. Soal nak mewujudkan satu pusat mengundi, contoh untuk mereka yang positif COVID, mesti dipikirkan. Ya, memang hak mereka untuk mengundi. Tapi satu lagi adalah memang hak rakyat Malaysia untuk tidak dijangkiti COVID, untuk tidak dimudaratkan kesihatan mereka. So dalam mengimbangi hak ini, kita kena cari apakah kaedah yang terbaik.
Through the National COVID-19 Immunization Program for Children or PIC Kids, the Ministry of Health is targeting to have 50% of children in Malaysia aged 5 to 11 vaccinated before the school session begins next week. Health Minister QUARRY Jamaluddin urges parents to immediately bring their children for vaccination to protect them from unfavorable effects should they be infected by COVID-19.
QUARRY also said at a community service program organized by the Malaysian Association of Medical Assistants that the MOH plans to hold a health screening month in July to encourage more people aged 40 and above to undergo free health screening at government hospitals and health clinics. The PECA B40 health screening outreach program was also being implemented by the MOH together with private practitioners in the rural and remote areas. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic during the past 2 years, not many non-COVID-19 health service programs could be implemented.
It's official, Gabungan Rakyat Sabah (GRS) is now a registered coalition party. The matter was announced by Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Sri Hajiji Noor on Sunday.
Untuk makluman bahawa Gabungan Rakyat Sabah sudah pun diluluskan pendaftarannya pada hari Jumaat yang lalu. Jadi ini adalah sesuatu perkembangan yang amat bersejarah, satu jajaran politik baru di Sabah, dan kita harap dengan pendaftaran ini kita akan lebih dapat menyatu padukan lagi parti-parti yang ada di Sabah yang berminat bersama-sama berjuang dalam Gabungan Rakyat Sabah ini.
GRS is made up of Sabah Barisan Nasional, Sabah Perikatan and Parti Bersatu Sabah PBS. Hajiji added the main focus now is on the people and unity among the party and to continue Sabah's progress and development for the rakyat. Hajiji spoke during the launching ceremony of Parti Kesejahteraan Demokratik KDM held at the Sabah International Convention Centre SICC on Sunday. KDM, Hajiji added, will be a GRS-friendly party and its application to be part of the coalition will be discussed in GRS's meeting with its component parties.
The government is expected to announce Hajj cost and quota for this year early next month. According to Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department Religious Affairs, Dato' Ahmad Marzuki Sari, the announcement would be made following a discussion between the Malaysian government and the Saudi government next week.
Minister in the Prime Minister's Department Religious Affairs, Senator Dato' Idris Ahmad, will represent Malaysia to discuss the SOPs and Hajj-related matters with the Saudi government. In another development, Ahmad Marzuki said the implementation of physical distancing during congregational prayers in line with the transition to the endemic phase of COVID-19 beginning April 1st is within the jurisdiction of each state.
Dan kadang-kadang kami nanya orang yang dah berumur pun, si tahu je apa pokok puding ya. Nah, ditunjuk ambil gambar si pun nak enggak.
Perkataan ajat dalam bahasa Iban membawa makna tarian lah sebenarnya.
Remarkable Living returns with a new season. This time, putting the focus on lifestyle visionaries. This season will feature designs and lifestyle mavericks across the globe. With 40 stories in gastronomy, rare craftsmen, unique destination, and an exclusive peek into the lives of society's savvy collectors. Each episode will feature stories taking viewers on a journey across Asia and Europe. Don't miss Remarkable Living Season 2 every Saturday, 7:15 p.m. on TVS Channel 122, Astro and My Freeview.
Beauty Tips membawakan kepada anda bukan sahaja kecantikan luaran dan dalaman, tapi kami akan kongsikan juga kepada anda petua kecantikan semula jadi. Jangan lupa saksikan saya Azwa Shah dan Siti Zawawi setiap hari Jumaat jam 10.15 pagi hanya di TVS saluran 122 Astro dan My Preview. Mun mau tahu sini Siti makan minggu to? Jangan lupa saksikan kami Siti Zawawi setiap hari Selasa pada jam 6.15 petang hanya di TVS saluran 122 Astro dan My Preview. Makan-makan!
Thank you for staying with me. China on Saturday approved 5 domestic COVID-19 antigen self-testing products following the country's decision to add antigen detection as an option for COVID-19 testing among the public. The antigen detection results can now be used in screening for COVID-19 infection, while nucleic acid test results are still decisive for diagnosis.
A medical expert noted, while more convenient, the new approach cannot replace the nucleic acid test as it outperforms in sensitivity and accuracy.
The antigen testing kit provide a very rapid and convenient and useful option for the detection of coronavirus. So it will definitely help with the rapid diagnosis, serving as an alternative tool for those who want to get the results immediately, and also reducing the working load of the medical workers. But as its sensitivity and accuracy are still lower than the real-time PCR detection, so it is necessary to conduct a confirmation test using the nucleic acid detection.
China's Health Commission said the inclusion of antigen detection in COVID-19 testing toolkit is aimed at boosting the early discovery of infections. Community residents or villagers with personal needs can purchase antigen detection reagents through drugstores or online platforms and perform self-testing. Anyone testing positive must report the results to their community and be transferred to a medical facility with a fever clinic for nucleic acid testing. The antigen test will also be used as a supplement to nucleic acid testing for people who visit clinics after showing respiratory symptoms or having a fever within 5 days, as well as people subject to centralized or home quarantine. China's daily rise of domestically transmitted cases reached a 2-year high this week, with many asymptomatic carriers.
And wrapping up TVS Nightline tonight, a total of 57 elephants were treated to a fruit and vegetable banquet at a botanical park in Thailand on Sunday as the country marked its annual Elephant Day. The animal, a source of national pride and cultural identity for Thailand, was often used for labor, transport and in battlefield by warriors and kings in the past.
At the Nong Nuts Tropical Garden in Chonburi Province, elephants were treated to 2 tons of fruits and vegetables laid out on an 8-meter wide table.
We have it every year on this day. Every year we have festival for food for them, like a buffet. The food weighs about 2 tons. The table, they put it on about 8 meters. And this is a special occasion for them. And we give them many kinds of fruit.
The feast is commonly observed in various parts of the country, but due to the pandemic and economic woes that have came with it, elaborated celebrations were few this year.
And time have changed. These elephants now, they are no longer used. We have better equipment to carry log and all that. So they become what we call homely elephant. These have been their life. We train them, they race among us, we give them food. So now they have...
The domesticated elephants have had few visitors due to the pandemic, and they are eagerly waiting to see visitors return.
And that's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. More headlines, head to TVSTVMY or follow us on our social media. Once again, I'm Teguh Sialit. Thank you and have a pleasant week ahead.